Drunkenly Educated is a show where we answer all your science questions. We are always drunk on this show, so don't take anything we say or do as fact or opinion. We are just graduate students who decided to start a podcast to pay off our student loans. It's just for fun. Now relax, grab a drink with us, and listen responsibly.
Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucking in the house bored. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucking in the house bored, and I'm bored in the house and in the house bored.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That was actually pretty good. That's enough. That's enough copyright that we could do in one episode. Hi guys, you're listening to Drunkenly Educated, the podcast where we answer your science questions. We're on Zoom now.
Just zooming.
So apologies if we sound a little bit weird. We're both in our humble abodes because we can't see each other anymore because of quarantine.
Which is tragic because but it's chill because we're being safe and good, and one day we'll be able to see everyone that we love again.
Unless they've died and we can't see them ever again.
I'm going to kill you.
Or Kate, because Kate kills me.
Yes.
I mean, there are people who are trying to be new hosts on the show, which is great.
Oh, intruders.
I know. No, we love new people on the show. I've been talking to a lot of people on Twitter who want to be guests.
The tweeter. Anyway, how are people supposed to know who the guests on this show are if they don't know who the hosts are?
Oh, who are you? I'm Kate.
I'm Anthony.
That's it. I'm just Kate today. No middle name bit.
There doesn't need to be a bit because everything about existence right now feels like a bit.
I know. It does.
I'm living in a simulation. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Okay, please don't go like that because I have one of my labbies who works for me does not think the world exists and thinks that everything is made up. And she listens to this. And if she hears this or any confirmation that she's right, it's just going to go on forever.
Well, to your labbie, I don't think that a lot of things exist. But I don't think that it matters. So.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
I don't know what to tell you. We get to talk about one of my favorite topics today, and I'm so overly stoked.
But you know what? First, we have to talk about science news.
Science news. Holy heck, it's science news. Anyway, what?
I was going to say, don't worry, we're not talking about the coronavirus. We actually can't talk about it anymore.
Why not?
I don't know. I got a thing from our podcasting host saying, like, don't talk about the coronavirus because, I don't know, apparently people are giving fake news on it or something like that. Or it's just overdone in the media. But no more coronavirus.
Good, because no one wants that shit anyway. Our science news, unfortunately, does have a little tiny bit to do with the coronavirus, but not super.
The fuck, Kate? What did I just say?
No, I heard you, but I'm just going to keep talking anyway. All right, so you know how every time you see a little kid looking at their phone, their grandpa's like, oh, that thing's making you stupider. Like, you're not going to have any social skills because all you do is do the Facebook and the Snapchat and the MySpace. There was a study that just came out a couple days ago, like 3 days ago, that says that time on screens has little impact on kids' social skills. So they took a study of kids from 1998 and compared it to a study of kids from 2010 and decided that the difference between like the demographic in kids wasn't that different, and the difference in their social skills wasn't that different, even though in 2010, like, kids were using a lot more screens than the zero screens that people were using in 98. So next time your parents or your grandparents try to tell you that you're getting stupider because you're on your phone all the time, just like flip them the bird and be like, read a research article once in a while. That's on that.
Show them the article that Kate's reading. Where'd you find it?
It's on ScienceDaily.com. It was from Ohio State University.
Yeah. Just bring up that article, show it to your grandparents, and just give them a good old fuck you. But then just be nice to them, because you should respect your elders and your grandparents. Just be nice.
Deserve that respect.
Yeah, they're not here for long. You should cherish them while they are.
Because
no, stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No more Corona.
Anyway,
I have a question for you, Kate.
Good, ask it.
Why do people eat bee poop, also known as honey?
Because honey is awesome. And also, bees, they pollinate flowers, right? And the pollen that they get from the flowers, they bring back to the hive, and they like process it and shit, and they make honey. And we eat that honey, right?
Yeah.
But our bodies are able to process that in a way that we can't process that pollen. So you know how you get all sniffly during the spring?
Yeah, I'm sniffly right now, and people think I have the... Yeah.
Yeah. However, our bodies can process the honey. And so if you ingest that stuff, it's kind of like a little antibiotic shot. Like, you get a shot of the pollen. So when you actually get the pollen in your nose, it doesn't make you feel like you're going to die. So that's why I eat bee poop, even though it's not vegan.
It's also not poop.
Okay, it's like bee throw up.
Yeah, which is a cooler way of just thinking about it.
It's more hardcore, really.
Yeah. Take that bee throw up, just snort it, and you'll be immune to allergies all the time.
Are you
That's what I got. That's what I got from your conversation.
Honey or snort like bee pollen?
Snorting honey.
That's a liquid.
You can still snort liquids.
Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
You can snort anything.
Okay. I stand by my answer. People eat bee poop, falsely labeled bee vomit, also known as honey, because it tastes good. It's good in tea. It is an
anti-allergen,
and just like enjoy life. Also, great substitute for sugar because it's naturally sweet.
It also doesn't go bad.
That's true. And it has antimicrobial properties. So if you have a wound, you can spread honey over it and you won't get an infection.
Is that why you eat honey, to fix your inside wounds?
My heart wounds?
Your heart wounds? Or liver wounds?
We don't talk about those. We don't have time for that.
Yeah. This show gives us liver wounds.
I have no wounds. Alrighty, I have a question for you. Male scientists, what do you think of female scientists?
Well, as a male scientist, there's no science, there's no gender really in science. It's just kind of it's more focused on what you're able to put out. There's no distinction between male and female scientists.
You were so very wrong. Females are discriminated against in STEM.
That is very true. And I do support female scientists in their own growth and just them being in science. But they're still, you can't treat them differently than male scientists.
I don't think that's true, because we have like systematic oppression like against us all the time. And so things are just a little bit harder for us than they are for men. And I'm not saying that we should get like special treatment. I'm just saying like we should acknowledge that this system was created with like fostering male growth in mind, and women have had to fight to find a place in it. I would like to bring up another thing.
Okay. I
feel like I'm just fighting you right now, but I also think that this might be a good thing to talk about. I love wearing girly shit. So like dresses and skirts. And that's just like my whole vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I walk into the lab wearing a particularly girly outfit, my male lab mates look at me like I'm a crazy person. And I don't feel like that's something that men have to deal with. Like this is a big question, but how do we start to like bridge that divide between like, okay, you're not presenting as like a tough woman, so therefore we can't take you seriously.
Well, I think the easy way for that is for the guys to wear dresses.
I would agree.
Fucking I'd do it.
There are people in my lab that I would enjoy seeing.
I would love to see most of your lab in dresses.
I would kill for that.
No, I'd do it. I'd wear a dress to lab.
I know you would, and I adore you.
I should do that one day. I just want to see what Bird Daddy would say.
Bird Daddy would have nothing to say. I miss him so much.
Same. Yeah, I understand what you're saying on the whole wearing or dress thing.
I just think that it's harder for us to be taken seriously. And in order for us to have the same level of authority as men, we have to make ourselves into something that we're...
You have to make yourselves into men, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think
it's ridiculous. Anyway, you don't have to answer that. I wasn't attacking you personally. It was like a hypothetical that I was throwing out.
Oh, yeah. I know you know how I feel on the whole feminist movement. I'm highly for it. It's a touchy subject. So let's get away from it.
It's rough.
It's rough.
Love it, though.
I have a question for you.
Ooh, okay.
Why is time so slow? I want it to be 2024, but I'm stuck in the lame 2020. The years feel too long. Why? This question was updated 4 days ago. I meant that the year 2020 is lame, not me.
Obviously. 2020 sucks.
Oh, 2020 blows so far.
It really, really blows. Just a really bad blowjob. Just like it blows. Time doesn't exist, you guys.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
No.
That's a pretty bold statement to say that time doesn't exist.
Well, okay. Let me step away from that. I'll go a little bit softcore.
Softcore.
The way that we think about time is the social construct. Is that better?
A little bit. Elaborate. Keep talking.
Well, because I know that March felt like it was the longest month of my life. And it really didn't feel like it was over until a couple days ago. And then I realized that today is the
16th.
16th of April.
When we're recording this.
I know. And so April is more than halfway over. And yet I just recently started feeling like March was over. And sometimes the days feel so long. But other times, I'm in bed and I don't remember what I did with the day. So time was something invented by clockmakers in order to sell more clocks.
Invented by clockmakers?
That's my final statement. I have nothing to say about this.
We're just at the will of the great clockmakers on how time travel.
The Swiss. We are...
The Swiss!
Conspiracy theory. The Swiss, they're not neutral. They control the entire fucking planet.
No, they're so neutral that they control everything.
Including
time.
Including time. Those Swiss watchmakers, there's a reason they make so much goddamn money on watches. It's because they invented time.
And it's no wonder their clocks are always so on point, because they control it.
Control them.
They make the clocks, and then they change the time so that it's accurate. Shit. I think we stumbled on something.
Crystal, your husband, he controls time. He does. I'm sorry.
It happens.
That is how it do be.
Crystal's our mom, by the way.
Yes, she's mother.
She's mom.
Yeah, anyway.
So time's created by the Swiss. That's a new approach I haven't heard from you. I was expecting you to go deeper on this because you have talked about time before.
I recently had a conversation about time with someone who was important to me, and it made them angry. So I'm trying to level it out right now.
You're taking a Swiss stance, I see.
Yes, I am Switzerland.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
I just want to focus on why this guy wants it to be 2024. Why do you want to jump 4 years ahead in the future?
Do you think that maybe he thinks that the C word is going to last 4 years?
I really hope it doesn't. I have things to do.
I was really, Anthony, I'm not, oh wait, you're Kate today. Kate, I'm not kidding. I was really looking forward to the 20s. Like, I just wanted to party my little butt off the whole time.
You forget how the 1920s started with a depression, and then it got better.
Wow, so it's like the real 20s.
Yeah, I know, right? Stock market sucks. There's a weird plague going around. Everyone's shaving their heads. But you know what? Then it's going to come into the roaring 20s where everyone's wearing bob pixie cuts and dancing around.
Did I cut my hair shorter? You guys, I just cut my hair like last week and I kind of want it shorter.
You should cut it shorter. I was thinking about shaving my head.
You are not shaving your head. We established earlier that you would look like a freaking potato if you shaved your head.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that I want it to be 2024 because then I would be 25.
What's wrong with 25?
Halfway to 30, and you would almost be 30, my guy. So you don't want it to be 2024 either.
I'd be 29. Oh gosh.
What?
If this C thing lasts 4 more years, we are never fucking graduating.
I need you to not to me. Do you think they would give us an MA instead of an MS if we couldn't like do a thesis?
They would have to. But then what is that? That is nothing.
But it's something. I really want a degree, and I was really looking forward to doing it in 2 years.
I mean, our school is talking about doing the fall semester online.
And that's so depressing.
And if that happens, and we're pushed back a full year, because we wouldn't be able to be in research.
That's another year that I get to spend with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's really gay.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, take a shot every time Kate is really gay. Is human nature more like gorilla nature or chimpanzee nature?
Well, Anthony, to answer your question, we both have to look at the chimpanzee nature and the gorilla nature. I know very little about both species. I know they have very similar physiological traits, and one is a lot bigger than the other. Mm-hmm. I know gorillas are actually, they're both very territorial and a rather vicious species. I'm going to go off what I know of Tarzan.
That feels really inaccurate.
I know. Well, in Tarzan, the gorillas were kind enough to take care of a human child and raise it to the point where it could be reassimilated into human culture.
Of course.
As seen in Tarzan the movie. I don't think this is able to be done with chimpanzees. I feel like chimpanzees are just a lot meaner as like a species.
Did you know that chimpanzees, that's not true. What is that? It starts with a T. There's another kind of monkey that has a genetic code that's closer to us than chimpanzees. Or maybe bonobos?
Bonobos?
I feel like bonobos are really close to us.
Monkeys with T name.
That's not helpful at all. I don't know, but I feel like chimpanzees, they might be the closest. Bonobos and chimpanzees, they are the most similar and therefore are the most similar to us.
But but their own nature, like how they are with like.
Oh, chimpanzees absolutely fucking suck. So I would say that they're the closest to us. Am I wrong?
No, you're pretty right on that. Chimpanzees, don't they conduct and rape in their species? They're very. I know they're a very sexual, driven species. I'm sorry.
Maybe I don't know.
I need to find this out. Do chimpanzees rape? Yes, they do.
No, listen to this. Despicable, yes, but not inexplicable.
Oh, this is an actual article in American Scientist. Sexual coercion in primates and humans, an evolutionary perspective on male aggression against females. Wow, chimpanzees suck.
Chimpanzees do suck.
I feel like gorillas are a lot more gentle species.
You guys, I'm just taking a brief break in the middle of the podcast to emphasize that we hope that you're doing well. Like, things are rough right now. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm not having a good time. And I'm sure that you're not either. But we are all going to get through the rest of this month together. And for all of our buds that are living in California, we are 14 days away from the end of our quarantine. So just stay strong, be safe. And
where did you get that number? 14 days.
April 30th. We're quarantined until April 30th.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was pushed back a month.
Oh my God, don't tell me that. When does quarantine end in California? That's funny.
May.
Well, it's going to be May in 14 days.
May 30th to June something.
Did it say that the peak date was going to be May 1st?
April 17th, so tomorrow is the peak?
Yeah.
So tomorrow's the peak. Oof. And the hopeful end date is not giving an end date.
Well, hopefully it ends at the end of May.
That's still pushed back another month.
I am just trying to be positive for our listeners. Listeners, just keep self-quarantining. It's really good. If you haven't been self-quarantining, then shame.
Fuck you.
No, don't fuck. That's the whole problem. Stop going out to fuck other people.
Fuck the people in your home, unless it's your family.
Anthony, stop talking. Just be mindful of people around you. Some people are really, really scared about this, and you just have to be aware. So if you're going running and you see someone walking towards you, then cross to the other side of the street. Don't be a dick. If you are still going to dick appointments, stop doing that. What? Never mind. I'm not going to talk about me.
Yeah, don't talk about your dick appointments. I went running yesterday and there was someone on the street, so I just made a turn. I ended up adding another 2 miles.
I did that the other day too.
To my run.
It was really rough.
It's I just want to go home. People keep showing up, so I have to turn.
Anyway, please just be self-isolating, because the sooner that we all get this down, the sooner that we can go back outside, and then I can go to the beach and wear my really cute new bikini that is made out of recycled plastic.
Ew. Sounds like it would dissolve.
No. What? Plastic doesn't dissolve. Plastic doesn't even degrade.
Yeah, plastic doesn't dissolve or degrade, so you should always recycle people.
You should recycle people?
That too.
Anyway.
I really hope someone takes sound clips of us just talking so they can make us say literally anything.
That sounds really bad. Before we say anything else dumb, how about you close us out?
Thank you guys for listening to Drunkenly Educated. Again, I apologize if we sound a little different. We're on Zoom now because we can't see each other because it's illegal.
Boo!
We hope you all enjoyed listening to this show and you're all just being safe out there. If you enjoyed this, I normally don't do this.
If you enjoyed the show, then give us a like or a follow at Drunkenly Edu on Twitter and Instagram, and we have a TikTok now that doesn't.
Let's not talk about the TikTok.
But the TikTok will be active really soon because this quarantine has made me real wild, and I've been learning a lot of TikTok dances. So
any TikTok dance that Kate learns, I will also learn and try to one up her on.
Yeah, and he will fail because I'm so.
You don't even have working moving hips. So
okay. We know that my hips don't work, but
mine don't lie.
Give us a follow on literally any social media platform at Drunkenly Edu. And if you have a science question that you would like us to answer, then just send it to us. And if it doesn't suck, we will answer it.
And no question sucks. There's no such thing as stupid questions.
That's what I tell my students, and I'm lying to them.
Hey, you gotta be a good teacher. There's no such thing as stupid questions.
Okay, but I recently heard of a TA who told a student that she was tired of answering student questions, and the student emailed back, "That's your job." Oh my god, I almost fucking died. Anyway, I support both the student and the TA because I see both of their sides, but also like that we will answer your question if it's stupid, just because that's the teacher inside of us.
Is the final question time? Is that all the end stuff we normally do? Oh, hold on. The next episode will be up May 4th, day before Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully we're not in quarantine by then, or still in quarantine, or
Hopefully you guys don't hate the Zoom thing, because if the quarantine gets extended, then that's all you get from us. Sorry.
No, I'll probably be mailing Kate some better microphones. You guys ready for the final question?
Give it to us.
Is there a ceiling in space?
Think about that as you go about your life and your sadness. And when you're really sad, just lay in bed, look at the ceiling, and think, I wonder, is there a ceiling in space?
Listen, I'm going to think about that when this episode comes out on 420. And it's gonna be, my mind's going to be blown.
Oof. All right, kids. Love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.